Hello everybody and welcome back to yet another Plat 4 Ana review. I know yesterday, if this does go on YouTube, that we just did review a Plat 4 Ana, and I want to see what is different between one Ana and another Ana within the same rank here in Overwatch 2. So Belly, if you want to introduce yourself, go right ahead.
Hey, my name's Belly. I'm a Plat 4 Ana player. I'm relatively new to PC Overwatch, but I've been playing for like quite a while. I took a break. In Overwatch 1, but I'm a returning player and like I'm just getting back into it. So
all right, so just getting back into it, you got some levels and you got some games, and I mean you're Plat 4, so obviously you've had some experience in Overwatch 1, I'm assuming.
Yeah, got a lot to improve on though, for sure.
Okay,
so.
yeah. Then I think it's good to just get right into it. I don't know if you've watched my other Ana VODs, but if you ever have any questions, again, just let me know. But let's get right into this.
For sure.
Thing I like to do at every Ana VOD review is I want to talk about who are you going to be nanoing on your team. Who do you think?
Probably Soldier. Right
During
now.
What?
Like when he has visor, probably.
Yes, Nano visor very strong.
Yeah.
A lot of these questions are not trick questions. You just gotta trust me. Trust me, you probably have it, but there are some like trickier things the deeper we get into.
Yeah.
What's another character you might consider nanoing?
On our team?
On your team, yes.
Like Roadhog?
Yeah, Roadhog. That's completely fine. Doesn't even need to be necessarily during his ult. You can also just nano him when he gets a big hook on like a Reaper or on a tank. That's totally fine as well. Nanoing Kiriko, I have not really found a whole lot of use for, and nanoing Junkrat is also pretty terrible. So the two nano targets are pretty simple for you here. It's either one or the other. Yeah. In terms of the enemy and what you need to be looking out for, you see that they don't have a Kiriko, so your anti-nades are going to be very effective. More so than they would be if she was on the field because she can just cleanse it. Number two is that on top of that, the two healers you're going against are Moira and Baptiste. So those characters rely heavily on getting value, specifically Moira, on their healing. So if you can negate the healing on somebody, that's going to do a lot for your team. A lot more if it was just Kiriko and like Lucio. In terms of like flanking and what you have to deal with, you can play relatively farther back than you would compared to like Winston or a Diva, because they have Orisa, so she's not going to really be able to get onto you unless you're super close, and Reaper, unless he teleports back, isn't going to be. Soldier's probably the biggest threat for you just because he likes to flank a lot. So in terms of positioning, if we're looking at a spectrum, you're not going to be playing super far away or super far close because you never do that. But if we were to look at where you're going to be, you're probably going to be, if this is the front line, I'd say around like this area. This little shaded part. You're definitely going to be farther away because the last thing you want to do is be in a position in which the Orisa can just javelin spinny thing onto you. It's not what you want to do. And I think that's a big mistake a lot of players are making right now, but I think that's a good recap of just everything that you want to look out for. Is there anything you have a question about before we move forward?
No, I'm good.
Okay, and we will go over this. We'll have takeaways at the end. Okay, that's not what we wanted. All right, we're starting the game. Let's go. Bam. All right, we're just walking with our team. Honestly, with this comp, I probably wouldn't walk through white. I mean, you do have junk. I don't know. That's fine. Just playing with your team. I'm okay with that nade. It's not ideal. It's more so your junk's mistake, but I'm okay with it. I'm okay with that sleep. Just going for something. I'm not cool with that nade. So this is the main thing why I'm talking about nade a lot, is because that's the number one thing that players get wrong with Ana. Like anti-nades are vastly more important than nading your team. Like 90% of the time, you're going to be anti-nading. Especially when your Hog has vape. Your Hog is above half HP and he's not currently getting pressured. So it's kind of like the same idea of an Immortality Field or a Suzu. Like you don't want to use it like that unless your team is in active danger. Even if the dude's one shot, if he's not in active danger and you can heal him up, heal him up. And I'm not going to go keep talking about this because I'm sure it's going to continue to happen and we'll have better opportunities. But like we said, when you're against a Moira and Baptiste, anti-nading is like king. 100%. So right here, the moment you get nade again, I'm just trying to anti as many people as possible. So right here, another opportunity to hit a big anti-nade. But, I mean, you already lost the fight, so I'm not terribly against it. And we're just getting out. Cool, cool, cool. Let's fast forward to when we get to the next fight. We're just poking with heals. Okay, your junk just trolled. Whatever. We're taking the fight anyways. You have... Okay, like, that's an okay nade on your hog because you thought he was gonna die, and realistically he did. So, like, that's an okay nade. It just was a little late, I guess. This fight's all wash. You finally started with the pick. Okay, let's bring this back a little bit because we need a little more information because there was a mistake there. But okay, you're on Zarya now, so nanoing Zarya is completely fine if she's high charge. Arguably better when you're not trying to win the fight off a nano visor, because when you nano Zarya, what does she do? Really simple. She does more damage.
Yeah.
And what is doing damage do for you? Doing damage builds ult charge. And what does Zarya have? She has grab. So nanoing Zarya is a good idea because it's a catalyst to get that graviton surge faster. So arguably, if you're not trying to win the fight off nano visor and you can win the fight off nanoing the Zarya, that's totally fine. And you should be doing that, quite honestly. So you do start the fight off with a junk pick onto their soldiers. So right here, the fight is realistically already won and they're backing off. You don't need to nano this. If you were to nano this, I'd much rather see it on your Zarya so she can get grab faster. And that honestly might cost you because then they bite back, which is fine. Your team just chills. This is the moment where I would nano the Zarya now. I would have held off on it a little bit. But honestly, like, I can't hate on that. I can't hate on that too much because you did win the fight. The big thing I can hate right now is the fact that you had like a 5-second window to hit an anti-there, and then you used it on yourself when you didn't take any damage. I'm gonna harp on you this whole time because after you take this VOD, you're gonna look back. You're gonna play a game. You're gonna do more anti-nades, and you're gonna just completely carry the game. At least when you're not against Kiriko. When you're against Kiriko, things get a little more complicated.
I feel like that's one thing like I utilize. I feel like a lot more with my duo is like the anti-nades because like we're communicating. I don't even think I was in team comms this game, so like I was kind of just like, yeah, I definitely don't use the anti-nades enough.
Here's the thing: even if you're not talking, anti-nades don't necessarily need to be followed up upon to get a lot of value. Because if you're antied, you can't push. Even if they don't die, you buy your team so much healing through antiing them because they won't be able to actually aggress to deal the damage.
Yeah.
So, like, unless you absolutely need to use that healing to help your teammate, you should just be looking to anti.
Yeah.
Because it heals them much more. Because effectively, if you're doing damage, they can't deal damage to you. You're healing all the damage that your team would have taken had you not antied the team.
Yeah.
Damage is healing. And if you've been a part of this channel for a long time, if anyone's watching this right now, we say this all the time. We will never stop saying this until everyone in Overwatch understands the concept. I'll never stop saying it. But let's keep going. So, yeah, okay, bam. You anti 2 people. Now they realistically can't push in. Your team can now take space. They have a lot of options. So yeah, your Zarya now takes space, and you're in a more advantageous position. And wow, you set up enough time for your soldier to flank and get a pick. All because you anti-naded. It's not direct, so it's hard to pick up, but it definitely it does exist. You are doing lots of value right there, or getting lots of value rather. Right here, I would just be looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so tilting because you're gonna fix this, and then it's just like you're gonna be a different player.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually super down with this rotation you have right now, though. And now you have the nade. Yeah. That rotation was actually really strong.
Forgot how fast you shot me.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. I mean, Anakiri's not the best support comp ever, but that is kind of fun. Yeah. I think what's interesting is that the problem of the platform Ana before you was that their rotations and positioning they were doing completely wrong.
Yeah.
And I mean their sleeps, they were hitting every single sleep dart. Their nades, I mean, they weren't perfect, but they were still being aggressive with their nades. For you, it's the exact opposite. Your rotations and positioning right there. Like, you saw the Reaper, you immediately kite it backwards. Obviously, it's a little easier on this map. I gotta give the other dude slack. But still, you backed off, and your positioning was very solid. It could have probably been a little bit more aggressive, but I can't hate on it. I can't hate on this right now. Like, that, it's completely different. So this is very interesting to me, like how you can have completely different problems, but they can still have very similar effects on your gameplay. And arguably, you're making the easier to fix of the two mistakes. Well, the other guy, he's gonna have a little bit more to deal with, because positioning's a hard one to fix.
Yeah, I guess like my ability usage so far, right? Like,
it's your nade. It's your nade. Like, dude, I don't think you understand how much value you are losing right now. Like, Ana's anti-grenade is more powerful than 75 to 80% of the ultimates in this game. It's an ultimate ability on a 10 to 12 second cooldown. I don't know exactly what it is. It's on a 10 second cooldown. I was right.
10 seconds is crazy.
A 10 second cooldown to anti the team so they can't get like that. That's insane.
No,
that's not like okay.
Fight changer, right? Like,
yes, it is a carry ability. It's why Ana's so good at lower ranks. It's so easy to just continuously do it.
If Ana's not getting farmed, it's so easy to play her. If she's not getting dove in or like targeted directly,
even then, like, she can still get a lot of value. Yeah, we're just playing back because they have Bastion now. Looking to sleep this probably. Yeah, I'm okay with sleeping the Bastion. That's one of those moments where it's like, okay, I sleep the Bastion immediately, I throw Nade on my Zarya and just pray. Yeah. And try to keep her up because she has, like, that's more realistic. I mean, to be fair, I could be really nitpicky and say, okay, if you know that they're no longer going to go white and you know they're committing to this, you should then rotate up to this position and then look for a 6-man or a 5-man anti rather, because it's Overwatch 2. Look for a 5-man anti from this and then sleep the Bastion or the Cole as well. And then your Zarya should just play around this corner. If I wanted to be really nitpicky, but in the situation that you put yourself in, I'd much rather, like, that's a situation in which we can hard focus on the nade usage there. And that would be an okay time to use anti on Zarya, or nade on Zarya. It's still not the best play. We highlighted the best play, but like you're not at a level in which you're gonna have the cognition to just see the fight and be like, oh yeah, this is what I should do. Maybe if you're like high masters low GM, I'd say that, but that's not really something you need to worry about right now.
Yeah, I think like one of my biggest things up until like Overwatch 2, because I realized like Overwatch 2 is different game from Overwatch 1 is like support's job is not just healing, right? Like which
it's
is
damage.
Like so it's like really I'm trying to like hard reset my brain to that.
Yeah, the thing is, the support's job has always been to do more damage than healing.
Yeah,
it has always been that way. The problem is that it was not as punishing as it is now. In GM Top 500, it has always been about, let's just do as much damage as possible to stop them from doing damage to us, because then we won't die. In Overwatch 2, it's much more prominent because there's not as much to realistically heal. There's a lot more stray damage that doesn't really mean a whole lot. Damage does a lot more for you in this game.
Yeah.
And people are just now kind of getting used to that and realizing that. I've been preaching it since 2021.
Day one.
But you know, it takes time. It's a hard concept to understand, so I understand why people struggle with this. Yeah, that need to have been used better. We're just nitpicking this. I'm just gonna say it every time. It's a good grab. Yep, we're just rotating away from her. Nading ourselves is fine. Yep. I would have tried to anti her as well, but nitpicky.
Nice face button.
Honestly though, that's completely fine. It's completely fine because your team won the fight because you forced dagger. I mean, obviously your movement and position could have been a little bit better, but it's better than most players at Plat 4. I can say that realistically. You do come back as Lucio. I'm not even gonna VOD this. We're not gonna worry about it. unless you really want to. Unless you really want to, I'm just gonna keep it.
I'm keep terrible on Lucio, bro. Yeah.
I'm gonna keep it focused on Ana just because. I mean, you guys lost the fight, but we're just gonna focus on Ana and continue going. Do you have any questions?
As of right now, so like, what's it called? So for the anti-nade, right?
Mm-hmm.
How long does the like duration last? If you know, like of like the debuff, like is it like multiple seconds? Is it like second? Like
It's multiple seconds. They did nerf it.
Yeah, because I feel like
it's in
like,
the 4 to 5 second range, I believe. I think it was 6 and they reduced it to 5, but that might just be the sleep dart. They might have went from 5 to 4 or 4 to 3. Needless to say, you do have a pretty wide window in which anti is going to be effective.
Yeah, it feels like they're antied for less time in this game.
They're antied for 1 second less.
Okay, yeah.
Which is a pretty big difference, but
yeah,
understand that anteing is still very strong and it still does a lot of value regardless of it being not a Sojourn.
Yeah.
It still packs the same amount of punch, to be completely honest with you. It didn't really change anything at all. At lower ranks, I think it did, but at high ranks, once you get better at it, definitely didn't. But let's keep going. Is that all you had, or did you have something else?
No, I'm good.
All right, let's keep going then. Zoom. Okay.
So, sorry. Do you mind if I actually ask a quick question?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, in terms of, like, because I'm not no one that I hate more in this game than, like, the players that are, like, hard, like, one trick or, like, stuff like that. Like, as much as, like, probably in low ranks compared to high ranks, you can probably just play whatever you want and get away with it. Still, like, what maps is, like, Ana most or least viable on? Because, like, I feel like, I don't know if she's that good on this map. Or, like, is there better characters to play? Like, because, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm just trying to improve, but why am I making it harder on myself, right? If it's, like, not, like, ideal. Because, like, I have, like, in terms of time played, I have, like, my most time played on Ana by far. I have, like, 170 hours on Ana compared to my other agents, right? But, like, I'm not gonna, like keep playing Ana all the time if she's just, like, not good. Or, like, what maps do you think she's bad on?
Okay, so the first thing, one tricking is still viable in GM. Okay. You can play one character, but if you are just so good on that character, you will always be able to make that work. Mercy, it might be, I mean, you still could. You could just do it with a really good hit scan player.
Yeah.
Like a really good Ashe or a really good Pharah, maybe. Like, that's still, you still could do that.
Okay.
In terms of maps where Ana is bad, I feel like Ana is pretty okay. I think Ana can work anywhere.
Okay.
I think characters like Lucio is not a character that can work anywhere. Like, Lucio most of the time is not going to work on Junkertown, is not going to work on Havana, because it's just better. The reason being why I think Ana, I think the main thing to look for Ana when you should play or when you shouldn't is, like, what comp is good at the given moment in the game, or what comp is good on this map. Okay. So, like, Ana on Junkertown generally isn't that great because people used to play double shield. You probably could get away with it a little bit easier now because you only have to deal with either a Hog or a Sigma on those maps. Generally, a Sigma.
On Junkertown?
I still think on Junkertown and, like, Circuit Royale, Havana, I think Zen's better, or BAP's better on those maps. The main problem right now is why Ana's not getting picked is because Kiriko has Suzu.
Yeah, no, that's why I wanted to play Kiriko, or, like, started to play Kiriko.
Like, Kiriko is, like, so strong.
Counter, right?
She is the best character, one of the best characters in the game, if not the best. I think Sojourn might be a little bit better, but Kiriko also is just incredibly strong. And the main thing with Ana is that Ana is never bad because she is bad. She is bad because other supports are just better. She has always gotten the short end of the stick, and whenever she is meta, Blizzard does their best to introduce a character that makes her not meta anymore. It's really fun. It's awesome being an Ana main since Season 3 and just getting shafted all the time.
For sure.
But I wouldn't say there's necessarily a map where Ana's bad. I think it's just based on the composition they're running, you could see some difficulties. Specifically when it was double shield, that's not a thing anymore. Now it's like when they have Kiriko. And Kiriko's played almost all the time. Ana's one of the worst characters in the game. She had a 0% pick rate in Overwatch League. That's not saying much.
That's
considering most of the characters in Overwatch League are not getting picked. But like Baptiste got picked, Lucio got picked, Kiriko got picked. Any other support is completely useless right now.
Yeah.
Lucio had a 100% pick rate, and Kiriko had a 96.8% pick rate, I believe.
Yeah. Why is Lucio so like
Lucio is very strong because Kiriko is a very fast-paced character.
Okay.
She doesn't do a lot of burst healing. She doesn't want to play super slow like Bap does with Zarya. Kiriko functions very well with like Reaper and Monkey, and that's what's very strong. Lucio also has the best AoE healing capability right now. Some people might be like, well, Brigitte's better. Well, the problem with Brig is that you need to proc Inspire, and that's not as simple to do when you get run down by a Reaper and a Kiriko every fight. You're also a very big Sojourn farm to get Railgun very easily when you're playing Brig. And Lucio also has a very easy time not getting hit by Sojourn. He almost actually sometimes baits Sojourn shots because it's very difficult to hit him. And he's not very valuable into this fight against the meta comps. But the thing with Lucio is that he has speed. And that's very valuable given what Kiriko synergizes with. As well as Sojourn does very well against Brawl and with Brawl. There's a lot of different reasons for it, and I could do a whole dissertation beyond that, but I think that's all you really need to know to understand why he's really strong.
Yeah, okay.
Because no other support has good AoE healing right now to the degree that like Lucio and Brig do.
Yeah.
I mean Moira does, but it's not as
Everyone
AoE.
has to be grouped up.
It's not like a circle that's wide, whereas Brig and Lucio have that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think Ana. Just honestly, if you love playing Ana, just lock her. Like you're not gonna run into meta games where it's gonna really matter until GM like 3-1. Like that's when you're starting to run into pro players where you just have to play meta every game. That's why I'm not playing ranked right now because I hate this meta. I hate playing Lucio. I hate playing Kiriko.
No, I don't like. I actually like Kiriko, but I don't like Lucio.
Like I've been having to scrim Lucio recently. I had to play a LAN with Lucio. It's not fun.
I feel like Lucio's like that's like a PC like noob. Like I feel like Lucio's actually hard. Like the movement, I don't really understand.
Yeah, his movement. There's a high skill ceiling to it, but you also there's a little bit of a low skill floor because you can just kind of pick him and exist and still get stuff done.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, anyways, we're talking about Ana, so let's no, you're fine. That's it was a good conversation. I think there's people that'll find value in that, and I enjoyed that as well. So, good question. Anyways, I want to talk a little bit about the character swaps now that I've been looking at it for a little bit. Zarya can cleanse the Nade, but it's not that big a deal because you're forcing out bubbles. She only gets 2. The more you focus out, the weaker she is. Also, they switched to Lucio, so they're heavily relying on the Moira heals. So again, anti-Nade's super, super strong, and there's nothing that's really going to flank on you. I mean, I guess besides Lucio, but if he's doing that, you can probably take the one-on-one and win.
Yeah.
So if you don't have any other questions, let's continue.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
A lot of this is going to be going around like supporting what your hog is hooking via nade or anything else. Wow, he got rolled. That's so good. You can sleep. A little disappointing that your team didn't turn on it. Yeah, that's one of those moments.
I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah, that's one of those moments where you can just nade 3 people there and also nade the hog.
Okay. Yeah, so if I use my nade better, like should I have like try to stay with the hog? Or, like should I have like kept
third person perspective makes this a lot easier to understand.
Yeah. Okay. Like yeah, I'm okay with you fucking harping on me because I'm obviously trying to get better. So like anything like.
That's a good pick. Did he not have vape?
Like
he had vape in 2 seconds. He probably could have gotten vape.
Yeah.
He probably shouldn't have played so aggressively when he didn't have vape. Yeah, that's one of those moments where you probably could have just. I don't know. The problem stemmed from like you slept with Zarya, no one turned around for her, other than your Ashe. Your Ashe shot her very close range, and then once she was awake, you focused on killing things up here instead of like making sure your Ashe was okay. So then by the time your Ashe got back, you had to support your Ashe. Yeah. Overall, this fight's super complicated. I want to simplify things and just say focus on nades. Okay. Like I could tell you all the mini little things that would have been perfect, but not worth it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's too much information.
I feel like I like get lazy, like okay, I wouldn't say that. I don't think I get lazy, but I think that like I don't know, in terms of like aim, like mechanically, I don't think I'm the worst. So like I feel like I feel like I could hit the shots, but I feel like I just get like fuck it, I'll just throw the nade there. Like or whatever. Right?
Yeah, I mean
like,
the nade's like your number one thing.
Yeah.
And okay, well, she got rolled. You tried to nade her to save her, that's totally fine, but this is like a moment where you've lost the fight, just get out. That's a I probably would have waited the Nano until he was ready to shoot, but
I just get like so aggressive. Like
that's fine. It's just understanding how you can be aggressive better. Yeah, this was that was almost a really good. I don't know. This fight was kind of chaotic.
Yeah.
Let's bring it back. Just keep going. No way I crashed. Okay, cool. Yep. Okay. Yep. That's a big name. Like that right there is very, very big. Force out a bubble there. And the fight just started.
I didn't even like that.
That's a good nade. I'm down with that.
Ana's good, not counter, but at least like she's good at kind of messing with Zarya. I didn't think about that. Like.
I mean, Zarya kind of rules Ana, but the thing is like if you're trading like big antes for bubbles, like that's totally a worth trade, especially near the starts of fights. Unlucky. The nade could have been a little more aggressive, hit more. Good sleep. Yeah, that's a kill. Didn't need to do that. Didn't need to use that nano either. That fight was already won, and you know that. I know you know that.
I know. That's
you just literally shook your head no. You did it because you knew this would get VODed. That's funny.
Yeah, because I was like, okay, like I'm gonna. I knew that I was gonna get fun for that shit. Shoot his ass.
It's a grenade. Huge. Gonna force out a bubble. She.
Oh,
man.
I was taking damage. I was like, who am I getting shot by?
That was a good fight. You played aggressive off the picks.
So like, it's a cooldown. No, never mind. I'll ask the leader actually.
Okay.
I see you.
I feel like I've been having like a harder time like when I like was climbing out of gold than like now that like I at least I'm like back in plat again. Like I feel like I've been having an easier time in plat so far. Yeah,
it's probably because you're using Nade less aggressively, but it's gonna bite you later when you hit diamond in masters.
Yeah. I'm happy that I know that now.
Yes.
I underestimated the value.
That's a neat opportunity right there. If I ever seen one. Oh, too bad. We didn't use it. We used the deal. The team's kind of carrying you right now, so it works out.
Yeah, they're going crazy.
Yeah, you got to kill those shots on Sojourn. Just make sure you're looking at that in the back of your head, especially in this meta. Sojourn's way too strong.
You said what, sorry?
Sojourn shots. Oh, that's good. Oh, you win this. Perhaps looking to sleep through cold? Oh, you slept alright. That's fine. Big Auntie. And now you just carried the fight there. See how Auntie carries fights like so quick?
Sure.
It's just so crazy how strong that is. Did you have a question?
Sorry, wait, what did you say about the Sojourn? You said you have to watch out for the shots, like the Sojourn shot?
Like the railgun, when she charges that up and it's like blue, it's like radiating blue energy, that's when she has a one shot available to kill you. Sojourn shot, calling, like, it's so powerful that in scrims you have to call, like, Sojourn shot, care shot, shot, okay, no shot, go hard. Like, this entire meta is defined by her.
She's like ADC, right? Like hard carry.
She's just It's like, I don't know if you watched Overwatch League finals, but like the reason why the stalemate on Colosseo was so long, it was like 2 minutes just sitting at the push bot. It's because both teams were just waiting for their Sojourn to find a big pick.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so boring. But anyways.
No,
it's like double
watching.
sniper,
it's like,
but
it's like a huge tug of war, and then until fucking I was like watching it until Prophet gets a 1-tap, and then it's like,
Yep.
you know, there we go.
But Edison just 1-tapped harder, so.
Yeah.
And Fearless did a very good job of stopping Proper from just 1-tapping.
No,
But
Fearless is fucked.
yeah, he
So
did very
fucked.
well. He did very well. Okay, but last map. Interesting nade. I've never used that one.
No, it's
Maybe.
not. I always throw it, bro. If it lands, it lands. You never know.
I do have a nade for that, but
Do you?
yeah, I have an old video of all that, but I probably have to go back and do that all again. But okay, we're taking the fight left. It's fine. They have a faster comp. Still, with what they have, we're looking for anti-nades.
Yeah.
I mean, no matter what they have, realistically, you're looking for anti-nades. Like right there, I'd be looking for nade all day. All right, cool. You anti their Lucio, he should die. If not, he has to get out, and then you win the fight off the Orisa not being able to get speed out. So there you go. You created an opportunity for your team. Good shot. Don't do that.
So, in your opinion, it's better to hold on. Like I'm asking, it's better to hold on to the nade for an opportunity that is like more aggressive than just to whip it out whenever you get it.
Well, you should be whipping it out whenever you get it, but anteing.
Okay.
I don't want to answer that question for you.
Okay.
Because the problem is that you're using it to heal way too much.
Okay.
I think you should just focus on trying to be more aggressive with nade, and that will follow. If it doesn't, you can DM me, and we can figure that out later. But step one is just being more aggressive with nades.
No, for sure. Okay.
It is the ~1 thing that people are doing wrong.
Because I feel like in Overwatch 1, I didn't throw the nade. Or I don't know, I feel like I sat on the cooldowns, but I think that like I'm using it.
Even if you only anti one
much,
person,
but
you're
in a
getting
bad
so much
way.
value.
Yeah.
Because
Now I'm using it too much, but I'm lazy with it.
yeah, you're just healing your team when they don't need it, and anti-ing is just so much stronger. Here I could see a Nano Visor doing very well. I'd be looking to poke for more damage right now, honestly. Oh, why did he not go back in then? That was a great anti too. Yeah, that's kind of on your Reaper for not just going right back in with it.
I felt like I baited in there.
It's good nade. I bet you're dead. I don't know. That was a good Nano. I can't really get mad about that. I think the Reaper just needs to be aggressive off of it. Alright, so we're just poking. That's good. We like poking.
I was actually happy with my team this game. Like, I played a couple games like when I recorded this, and what's it called? Because I hadn't played in a couple days, so I played like 2 warm-up games, and fucking no one on my team was like regrouping. We were just hard staggering for like a whole round.
Yeah. You can see. Right now, I just be poking more damage. You ain't got nothing to heal, just do damage. Because that stuff will happen more consistently. The moment he tranks, what should you be doing? Yeah. Oof. Unlucky.
I could not hit this motherfucker. I remember this.
Hey, I mean, that's fine.
Then get out of it, bro. Hold it.
So we have Nano again. We have a lot of targets. I don't love that Nano at all. They're disengaged, but he did get the hook after, so he made it work. I would have waited until he hits the hook.
Wait till he hits it.
Yeah, because then it's guaranteed value. Right there is just not pushing it as a team, but you guys do win this. So I'm going to turn back on the music. Oh, no, it is on. Okay. We're going to do takeaways. What do you think the #1 thing is going to be?
Nade. Who's Nade?
Aggro. Nade. Yeah, that says Nade.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
Yeah, you need to be more aggressive with your nades. It's the most simple thing that's going to make you gain a whole rank deviation at least. Or not rank deviation, just a whole rank. Like from plat to diamond. It'll do so much for you. And I don't think I need to harp any more on that. Number 2, I mean, I would probably just say like nanos could be better.
Yeah.
And we talked a little bit about that today. Just understand, like, if you're gonna win the fight with the nano, go for it. I don't know, like this whole nano thing will make more sense once you fix the nade thing, because then it'll open the opportunity of, okay, I can save my teammate with this and completely Uno reverse the fight. Yes. I think this will make more sense once you fix the first one. And then my third and final takeaway would be that just continue to maybe just train aim. Vaxta is the code in custom games that's very helpful. Vaxta is 15-30 minutes a day, I think, is very helpful to just train in clients. Okay. I always recommend that to people if you want to get better with your aim, if you want to feel more consistent, but it seems like you feel fine with that. But I know you have questions, so fire away.
Yeah, so what's it called? I wanted to ask, because I feel like it's a problem like with like when I play in a group with like kind of like who should peel like on your team. Like if I'm like if I'm playing Ana, right, and like they have like, I don't know, like not even like a hard flank, but like if they have someone like always trying to flank me, like who should on my team should be coming to help me? Like should it be the tank? Should it be like the DPS? Like in your opinion, like does it depend on what tank they're playing?
That is
like
very situational.
Yeah. Like hypothetically, okay, let me say, let's say like we have like, because in Overwatch 1, right, it would be like your off tank, right, most of the time. Like your diva or like
still situational. You also might have a brig. It depends on who you're playing against, but just lay out the situation.
Should your tank like leave the front line to help you in the back, or should the tank stay there?
Your tank's not helping you in Overwatch 2. You're dead meat. Your tank's not doing anything for you. Unless you're specifically playing to receive the jump from like a monkey. Right now, that's not what it is. Realistically, I can't tell you the answer because I haven't had enough experience with the different metas of Overwatch 2 to tell you what the correct play is there. Sure. What I will say is that most of the time, if the enemy tank, like a monkey, is diving onto you in the backline, your Winston should be doing the same thing, and you should be playing to trade backlines. Okay. You, as Ana, should be making it very difficult for that monkey to just jump on you and kill you for free. You should make it so that he has to jump to you and then walk some, or you should play very close to your team so that when he jumps you, everyone's already there to just stop him from doing that.
Okay. So, like, it's kind of on me, like my positioning, like
your positioning is the most important thing. You need to position yourself in a place where you can get peeled as well. Your other support is the one that's going to be helping you out most of the time, and you guys need to help each other. Again, take this all with a grain of salt because I'm not 100% certain if this is the correct answer. Because I haven't played enough in these metas, but what I will say is in Ana Zen metas, Ana and Zen are actually pretty beefy. Ana Zen compositions, so long as you're playing together in Overwatch 2, like, you can get away with that a lot more now. And that honestly, once some of these nerfs go through, you could maybe see Ana Zen ball comps being decent in ladder. You could see it maybe.
Yeah.
After a few more nerfs go in. And I think that could possibly be what the next meta is. But we won't know until Ramatra comes out. I don't even know if that's his name. I think that's his name.
No,
Ramatra.
I think so.
I don't know. I said it in a script I recorded a few hours ago, so however I said it is how it's going to be. You guys can get mad at it all you want. All those people that get mad the way I say Brigitte, even though it's exactly how she says it in the game. Y'all can get mad. Y'all can get mad in the comments. It's not Brigitte. You're ruining a beautiful name. It's not Bridget. There's no G.
No, it's not.
Is there? Is there a D in it? I don't think there's a D. I don't think there's a D. Brigitte. Brigitte. Yeah. She says it in the game too. It's not Bridget. Anyways.
In your opinion, is it Aish or Ash?
It's Ash.
Damn, I'm an Aish guy. I'm not gonna lie.
Aish? When did she always says Ash?
I don't like Ash. I feel like if it was Ash, there would be an E at the end of her name.
You sound like the same people. I don't like Brigitte. I like Bridget. Bro. That's not how she says it in game. I don't like Arissa. I don't like Arissa. I say Arisa though. That's her name.
I feel like I'm the minority though when it comes to Aish. I feel like no one likes when people say Aish. Like at all.
That's just wrong. Anyways, do you have any other questions specifically?
Yeah, like last question.
Okay, fire away. However many you have, I don't care.
So like, what's it called? Which with Ana, like who should I be? Like say like I have a tank duo. Who should I want them to play? Like, who's good with Ana tank wise in this game?
It's gonna depend on the meta, but I think.
Because my boy's like a one-trick Reinhardt. Like that's like season like fucking.
So, I think like, in very low ranks, Ana can be played with realistically anyone. I think Ana with Ryan is fine. I think Ana with Zarya is fine. In a lot of ranks, to be fair, Baptiste is always going to be better. At least currently with the way the game works, because Baptiste just functions better with like Brawl in general because he does more healing that way. Yeah. I would say something that will always be decent. Like Ana with D.Va is pretty good. Ana with Winston is pretty good, but it honestly changes based on the meta, and it's hard for me to like say, yeah, play that. When realistically, you should just be playing like Kiriko, Lucio, Winston.
Yeah. Right.
Like that's just hard meta. It's so hard for me to tell you like, oh yeah, this is what's good with Ana because Ana's just so bad right now. I don't know what's good with Ana right now because she's just not good in general. But if I were to say, I would say yeah, you can play. The only character I probably wouldn't play Ana with would be like Sigma. You still could play Ana with. You could play Ana realistically with anyone. She's a pub stomp support. If you're good with her, you'll pub stomp games.
Yeah,
and it's that simple. Even if there's better choices. But is that all your questions?
That's all my questions.
Okay, if you have any more, please feel free to DM me. If you have been watching from YouTube for 41.45... Wait, that's not it. 41 minutes and 50 seconds. I just tried to do weird-ass math. If you've been watching me of some random dude and you're not subscribed, and you're watching some random dude for 42 minutes now, consider subscribing or maybe giving a like, referring to a friend, I don't know, or maybe even joining the Discord below. We're working on getting that partnership application filled out because we are eligible now. It's just not going through for whatever reason. But yeah, I appreciate everyone for supporting this. Thank you again, Belly, for reaching out. But until next time, I've got to peace out and Paz out. I'll see you in the next one.